Good evening, dear sisters and brothers, and a very warm welcome to the evening session of Being Heartful Every Day with Swadhyaya. Tonight, we continue our exploration of moderation, which is the theme for this week. Yesterday, we began to understand it as a state of inner balance, a conscious choice to live without extremes. Today, let's go deeper and explore how moderation is directly linked to the development of our will and a firm mind, and why these qualities are essential on our spiritual path. Our will is an inner steering wheel, the force that directs our attention as well as energy. And without moderation, our will is often scattered, pulled in different directions by fleeting desires and external influences. This makes us feel restless and out of control. However, when we practice moderation, we are actively strengthening our will. Each conscious choice to step back from an extreme, to pause before speaking in anger, or to stop consuming an unnecessary indulgence is an exercise in self control. This isn't about rigid discipline, it's a gentle yet firm redirection of our inner energy. And this disciplined moderation refines our will, making it stronger, focused, and more capable of acting from a place of clarity rather than impulse. A firm mind is not stubborn or rigid one. It is a mind that is stable, calm, and unshaken by the ups and downs of life. Moderation is the key to cultivating this firmness. When we consistently choose the middle path, we avoid the emotional and mental swings that come with extremes. A mind that is accustomed to moderation is less likely to be agitated by external events. It remains centered, balanced, and at peace. This calmness is vital for meditation as it allows us to dive deeper and connect with our inner self without being pulled back by a chaotic mind. Ultimately, the practice of moderation is a fundamental part of character building as well. It is a testament to our inner resolve. A person who practices moderation has a stronger character and a stronger resolve, one that is not swayed by temporary pleasure or pain. It is a sign of a person who is able to manage all these ups and downs rather than being a slave to them. Dear sisters and brothers, with this, we move ahead in the session and we request you to share the invitation of the BHED sessions and Heartfulness master classes with your family and with your friends. And let us resume our inspirational reading, which is from the article Love in Action by beloved Taji. Yesterday, we had started reading this article. Creating loving relationships with others. The word piety is derived from pietas, the Latin word meaning dutifulness, affection, love, loyalty, and gratitude. It is worth exploring the idea of dutifulness here. When we are able to fulfill our duties, our dealings, our vyavahar, then we automatically create a kind of resonance with others. When we fail in our duties, others will have no respect for us, let alone love and piety. For example, what happens in a family when parents are too busy to spend the proper time nurturing, protecting, and supporting their children? Eventually, those children will lose respect for their parents because their parental duty has not been carried out. Vyavahar resonates from our hearts. That resonance is created in such a way that others are not hurt by our way of living. They are not heard because of the way we speak, or because we ignore them, or the fact that we don't smile, or because we flaunt what we have. It has to be very simple, the bare minimum, and it must come with a sense of reverence and respect for others. This requires a lot of consideration. Science now acknowledges that consciousness is the basic canvas of the manifested universe. Everything emanates from consciousness. Can we artificially cultivate love and piety and make a show of it? No, it is not possible, although it does help to try. Surely it will inspire us toward a nobler goal. We can only genuinely express love and piety in our behavior and way of living by first acquiring the condition and creating that inner environment within us. It cannot be copied just by being the same or a master or by reading about it. It needs to flower from within as a result of meditative practices. And how will we receive such a condition in meditation? How will it transform our inner environment? Will our thirst be quenched simply by looking at two lovely bottles of purer water? No, it will not happen when we become perfect receptacles. And that will happen when our hearts become the perfect vacuum. That is why the cleaning process is so vital in heartfulness, as it removes the complexities and impurities in our field of consciousness, resulting in the vacuum. Eventually, with regular practice over time, we mold our living to such a high order that we are no longer dependent on the cleaning practice because our lifestyle no longer results in cognitive and emotional vices, either in ourselves or in others. Only then will our associates and loved ones find some peace. Only then will they find some sort of uncompromising relationship with us. Only then will there be no demands. It will be a loving relationship based on only on purity and simplicity, authenticity and conscience. That is why again and again Babuji speaks of Vyavahar, duty. What is your duty in this very moment? Not only in your relationships, but also with the environment in which you move. Be it a place that belongs to a friend, your relatives, or you. Be it an industry, an office, or a farm. How does your presence contribute? You cannot fabricate the conditions within yourself. You cannot pretend to be pious. And you cannot pretend to be pure. It will happen when you create an authentic relationship with your conscience. Are you happy with your conscience? Whatever you do, analyze yourself. If you throw garbage on the street or in the river, how do you feel? A lot of us do have a conscience, but is it awakened with the ability to act? Sensitivity develops only then, and we will only become sensitive to subtler and higher things when we are sensitive to these worldly things by actual implementation. Each time our little inner voice prompts us to do something worthwhile, we need to listen to it. Otherwise, we will lose the art. Dear sisters and brothers, we'll take the rest from the reading and prepare ourselves to offer the universal prayer. All brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है। May this universal prayer awakens love, peace, and unity in all the hearts. And as we come to the close of the day, dedicate a few quiet moments to offer the bedtime prayer as well as the inner reflections of the day. The heart of inquiry, gently reflect on the role of your will and ask yourself, was my mind firm or was it scattered today? What was a moment when my moderate action helped me stay centered? And how can I do or make sure that how I use my will to bring more balance to my life tomorrow? And offer these reflections in the prayer, resting in the guidance you receive, and then rest in that profound peace. Dear sisters and brothers, thank you for your presence tonight and your participation. It is a shared commitment to these inner reflections, to the inner work that strengthens our collective path. And we look forward to your presence for the morning session tomorrow at 6 a.m. Until then, wishing you all a very good night.